Lu Bu, courtesy named Fengxian, was a military general and warlord who lived in the late Eastern Han Dynasty. Originally a subordinate of a minor warlord Ding Yuan, he betrayed and murdered Ding and defected to Dong Zhuo, the warlord who controlled the Han central government in the early 190s. In 192, he turned against and killed Dong Zhuo after being instigated by Wang Yun and Shisan Rui, but was later defeated and driven away by Dong Zhuo's followers. From 192 to mid-195, Lu Bu wandered around central and northern China, consecutively seeking shelter under warlords such as Yuan Shu, Yuan Shao and Zhang Yang. In 194, he managed to take control of Yan province from the warlord Cao Cao with help from defectors from Cao's side, but Cao took back his territories within 2 years. In 196, Lu Bu turned against Liu Bei, who had offered him refuge in Zhou province, and seized control of the province from his host. Although he had agreed to an alliance with Yuan Shu earlier, he severed ties with him after Yuan declared himself emperor, an act perceived as treason against the Han emperor, and joined Cao Cao and others in attacking the pretender. However, in 198, he sided with Yuan Shu again and came under attack by the combined forces of Cao Cao and Liu Bei, resulting in his defeat of the Battle of Xiapi in 199. He was captured and executed on Cao Cao's order. Although Lu Bu is described in historical and fictional sources as an exceptionally mighty warrior, he was also notorious for his temperamental behavior. He switched allegiances erratically and freely betrayed his allies, and was noted for his poor planning and management skills. He was always suspicious of others and could not control his subordinates. All these factors ultimately led to his downfall. In Luo Guanzhong's historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the details of his life are dramatized and some fictitious elements, including his romance with the fictional maiden Da'Ochen, are added to portray him as a nearly unchallenged warrior who was also a ruthless and impulsive brute bereft of morals. Physical appearance. No descriptions of Lu Bu's physical appearance exist in historical records. However, it was mentioned that he specialized in archery and horse riding, and possessed great physical strength. He was nicknamed Flying General for his martial prowess. He also owned a powerful steed known as the Red Hare. The Cao Manjuan recorded that there was a saying at the time to describe Lu Bu and the Red Hare: Lu Bu, who stands out among men; the Red Hare, which stands out among horses. Lu Bu is described as follows in Luo Guanzhong's historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms: a lofty and dignified look, a majestic and awe-inspiring bearing, wielding a Fengxian wadji, hair pulled back and worn in a golden headdress, donning a flowery-patterned battle robe, encased in body armor decorated with images of the knee, wearing a precious belt adorned with the image of a lion. Service under Ding Yuan and defection to Dong Zhuo. Lu Bu was from Jiu Yuan County, Wu Yuan Commandery, which is in present-day Jiu Yuan District, Beitou, Inner Mongolia. He was known for his martial valor in Bing Province. When Ding Yuan, the inspector of Bing Province, was appointed as a cavalry commandant by the Han Imperial Court and ordered to garrison at Henai Commandery, he recruited Lu Bu as a registrar and treated him kindly. After the death of Emperor Ling in 189, Ding Yuan led his troops to the capital Luoyang to assist the general He Jin in eliminating the eunuch faction. He Jin ended up being assassinated by the eunuchs instead, after which the warlord Dong Zhuo led his forces into Luoyang and occupied the capital. Dong Zhuo wanted to kill Ding Yuan and take control of Ding's troops, so he induced Lu Bu into betraying Ding and defecting to his side. Lu Bu killed Ding Yuan, cut off his head, and presented it to Dong Zhuo, who had by then seized control of the Han central government. Dong Zhuo appointed Lu Bu as a cavalry commandant and placed much faith and trust in him. He also accepted Lu Bu as a foster son. Lu Bu was later promoted from the position of a cavalry commandant to a general of the household. He also received the title of heir marquis of a chief village service under Dong Zhuo. In 190, a coalition of warlords led by Yuan Shao initiated a punitive campaign against Dong Zhuo in response to Dong's tyranny and monopoly of the central government. Dong Zhuo had deposed Emperor Ling's successor, Emperor Shao, earlier that year and replaced him with Emperor Jian, who was actually a puppet ruler under his control. Lu Bu defended Dong Zhuo and fought in battles against the coalition. In one battle at Jiangren, Dong Zhuo ordered Lu Bu and Hu Zhen to attack Sun Jian, but Lu and Hu could not get along with each other, resulting in disorder in their army. Sun Jian used the opportunity to attack them and forced him to retreat. Within months, the coalition forces had reached the capital Luoyang. Dong Zhuo personally led an army to engage the coalition vanguard, led by Sun Jian, in the area where the tombs of the Han emperors were located, but was defeated and forced to retreat. Sun Jian then passed through Luoyang's Shanyang Gate, where he attacked Lu Bu and drove him back. Dong Zhuo was alarmed, so he decided to evacuate Luoyang and move the capital to Chang'an in the west. He sent his troops to pillage Luoyang and force its residents to move to Chang'an as well, and then had Luoyang destroyed by fire. The coalition did not pursue Dong Zhuo to Chang'an and eventually dissolved by itself in the following year. As Dong Zhuo usually behaved rudely in front of other people, he was afraid of being assassinated. Hence he often kept Lu Bu by his side as a bodyguard. Dong also had a bad temper and was easily agitated. During his outbursts, he would throw short jeers at Lu Bu, but Lu reacted fast and dodged the weapons. Dong Zhuo's anger would subside after that, but Lu Bu was very unhappy and he bore a grudge against his foster father. At the same time, Lu Bu was tasked with guarding Dong Zhuo's central living quarters, and he had an illicit affair with one of Dong's maids. He feared that Dong Zhuo would find out and felt very uneasy about it. Earlier on, Lu Bu had been warmly received by Wang Yun, the minister over the masses. So he went to see Wang and complained about how Dong Zhuo almost killed him. At the time, Wang Yun and another official, Shisan Rui, were plotting to get rid of Dong Zhuo, so they told Lu Bu about their plan and sought his help. Lu Bu said, "But we are father and son." Wang Yun replied, "Your family name is Lu, so you have no blood relations with him. He was not concerned about you at all when you almost died. So where was the father-son bond?" Lu Bu agreed to join them, and personally kill Dong Zhuo later. After Dong Zhuo's death, Wang Yun and Lu Bu took charge of the central government. Lu Bu was appointed as General of Uplifting Might, and the honors he received were equivalent to those received by the three ducal ministers, three high-ranking officials in the Han administration. He also received the title Marquis of Wen from Emperor Jian. Expulsion from Chang'an. After Dong Zhuo's death, his followers in Liang province, led by Li Ju, Guosi and others, formed an army to attack the capital Chang'an when Wang Yun refused to grant him amnesty for their association with Dong Zhuo. Guosi led his men to attack the city's north gate, where he met Lu Bu, who said to him, "Let's not send our soldiers into battle. Instead, let's have a man-on-man fight." Lu Bu then engaged Guosi in a duel, during which he injured his opponent. Guo was rescued by his men. Both sides withdrew their forces. Lu Bu was unable to resist the enemy, so he eventually abandoned Chang'an and fled. His defeat and subsequent flight took place 60 days after Dong Zhuo's death. Pei Songji commented that the 60 days claim in the original text of the Sangguoji was erroneous. According to other sources, Lu Bu killed Dong Zhuo on the 23rd day of the 4th month in the 3rd year of the Chuping era in Emperor Qian's reign, and he fled from Chang'an on the 1st day of the 6th month. There were no interpolated dates in between, so Lu Bu could not have spent 60 days in Chang'an after Dong Zhuo's death, seeking shelter under Yuan Shu. After leaving Chang'an, Lu Bu, accompanied by a few hundred horsemen and with Dong Zhuo's head tied to his saddle, passed through Wu Pass and went to join Yuan Shu in Nanyang. The Sangguoji and the Houhan Shu give differing accounts of how Yuan Shu treated Lu Bu. The former claimed that Lu Bu expected to be received warmly because he felt that he had helped Yuan Shu take revenge by slaying Dong Zhuo. However, Yuan Shu detested Lu Bu because of his duplicity, so he refused to accept him. The latter stated that Yuan Shu treated Lu Bu generously, but Lu behaved arrogantly as he felt that he deserved better treatment because he had done Yuan a favor by killing Dong Zhuo. Lu Bu also allowed his men to plunder the area. Yuan Shu became worried that Lu Bu would pose a threat to him, and Lu also felt uneasy after he heard that Yuan was suspicious of him, so he left, joining Yuan Shao and Zhang Yang. After leaving Yuan Shu, Lu Bu then headed to northern China to join Yuan Shu's relative Yuan Shao, and he assisted the latter in attacking Zhang Yan at Changshan. Zhang Yan had thousands of elite soldiers and cavalry. Lu Bu led his subordinates Cheng Lian and Wei Yu and dozens of riders to raid Zhang Yan's camp, killing several enemies and then fighting their way out. They did this 3 to 4 times per day continuously for a period of over 10 days and eventually defeated Zhang Yan's forces. Lu Bu behaved arrogantly in front of Yuan Shao because he felt that he had done the Yuans a favor by slaying Dong Zhuo, and he belittled Yuan's followers and treated them with contempt. He once asked for more soldiers from Yuan Shao but was refused, after which he sent his men to plunder Yuan's territories. Yuan Shao was greatly displeased and felt that Lu Bu posed a threat to him. Lu Bu sensed that Yuan Shao was suspicious of him, so he requested to leave northern China and return to Luoyang. Yuan Shao pretended to agree and he recommended Lu Bu to take up the appointment of director of retainers, while secretly plotting to kill him. On the day of Lu Bu's departure, Yuan Shao sent 30 armored soldiers to escort Liu and personally saw the latter off. Along the journey, Lu Bu stopped and rested inside his tent. That night, Yuan Shao's soldiers crept into the tent and killed the person inside, who had covered himself with a blanket, after which they reported that Lu Bu was dead. The following day, Yuan Shao received news that Lu Bu was still alive, so he immediately had the gates in his city closed. In fact, Lu Bu had secretly left his tent the previous night without Yuan Shao's soldiers knowing, and had ordered one of his men to remain inside as a decoy. Lu Bu fled to Henai Commandery to join Zhang Yang after his escape. Yuan Shao sent his men to pursue Lu Bu, but they were afraid of Lu and did not dare to approach him. Zhang Yang and his subordinates were bribed by Li Ju and Guo Si to kill Lu Bu. When Lu Bu heard about it, he told Zhang Yang, "I am from the same province as you. If you kill me, you will become weaker. If you recruit me, you can obtain the same honors and titles as Li Ju and Guo Si." Zhang Yang pretended to agree to help Li Ju and Guo Si kill Lu Bu, but he secretly offered refuge to Lu instead. When Li Ju and Guo Si learnt that Zhang Yang had accepted Lu Bu, they became worried, so they sent an imperial decree to Henai in Emperor Qian's name, appointing Lu as the administrator of Yingshuang Commandery. The account of Lu Bu's association with Zhang Yang in the Sangguoji differed slightly from that recorded in the Houhan Shu. The former mentioned that Lu Bu joined Yuan Shao after he was rejected by Yuan Shu, and then he sought shelter under Zhang Yang after Yuan Shao sent assassins to kill him. In the Houhan Shu, however, it was stated that Lu Bu went to join Zhang Yang after leaving Yuan Shu, and he managed to persuade Zhang to ignore Li Ju and Guo Si's urgings to kill him and instead provide him refuge. He left Zhang Yang later and went to join Yuan Shao, but returned to Zhang again after surviving the assassination attempt. On his way to Henai, Lu Bu passed by Chen Liu, where he was warmly received by its administrator, Zhang Miao. Zhang Miao made a pledge of friendship with Lu Bu when he saw the latter off from Chen Liu. Battle of Yan Province. Yuan Shao was furious when he heard that Zhang Miao, whom he had a feud with, had become friends with Lu Bu. Around the time, Yuan Shao was still an ally of Cao Cao, so Zhang Miao feared that Cao would combine forces with Yuan to attack him. Besides, Zhang Miao's jurisdiction, Chen Liu, was in Yan Province, which was controlled by Cao Cao. In 194, when Cao Cao left Yan Province to attack Zhu Province, Zhang Miao's younger brother Zhang Chao, along with Cao's subordinates Chen Gong, Zhu Si and Wang Kai, started a rebellion against Cao. Zhang Miao was persuaded by Chen Gong to join them in welcoming Lu Bu into Yan Province. With help from the defectors, Lu Bu seized control of Puyang and was declared governor of Yan Province. The various commanderies and counties in Yan Province responded to Lu Bu's call and defected to his side, except for Wancheng, Dong and Fan, which still remained under Cao Cao's control. Upon receiving news of the rebellion and Lu Bu's intrusion, Cao Cao aborted the Zhu Province campaign and led his forces back to Yan Province. The armies of Lu Bu and Cao Cao clashed at Puyang, where Cao was unable to overcome Lu, so both sides were locked in a stalemate for over 100 days. At the time, Yan Province was plagued by locusts and droughts, so the people suffered from famine and many had resorted to cannibalism to survive. Lu Bu moved his base from Puyang further east to Shanyang. Within 2 years, Cao Cao managed to take back all his territories in Yan Province and he later defeated Lu Bu in a battle at Juya. Lu Bu fled east to Zhu Province and took shelter under Liu Bei.